Are you ever at a loss for words when you go to think about how your artwork relates into writing? Do you struggle with, writing that artist statement, or thinking you don't even have words because you just make art, right? You're not a writer. I'm here to tell you that art indeed does have words, and we can learn how to connect to our mark making through our words, through looking through inspiration, and learn to think more deeply about artist voice and what does that really mean. And I feel like when we start to go deeper and write about it, and then think about how our mark making connects into, those inspirations, the where we try to find our words and mine for our words, then we're able to, better stand here and speak and articulate. And when you have to write that description for the work and send it in, it doesn't, you're not as intimidated. Good news is I have an online class available that's called Visual Mining, Connecting to Our Creative Voice Through Searching for Words. In this class, we'll look at artist inspirations, make our own word bank by looking through the inspirations. We'll take that word bank into the next section and start to make marks by looking at words, which is really important because we're starting to use like two sides of the experience, and we're grounding the words in one way, making the marks in another, and we start to kind of let it permeate our understanding. And if you've ever been afraid and don't think you have words, well, I know that you do. You have words inside of you. They might be colorful or sad or simple or poetic, mysterious, magical, maybe morose, who knows. But it doesn't matter what kind of word we're using to describe our inspirations and even our work. It matters what you want to say, and that's the most important. So after we create a word bank by looking through inspirations and then take that into the next section and make our marks by looking at our words, we'll put it all together and we'll write about it. And these are just like experiments. It's all experimental here. It can be at any level. It's always good to go deeper. You can always go deeper. So whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or even advanced, maybe you haven't thought about it in this way, and maybe you'd like to just deepen into the whole experience. So there'll be reflection questions that gets you thinking about how it's all connected, because of course it's all connected. And there'll be some elements that are personal and professional in regards to artist voice, because maybe you just are at the beginning stage and need to think about it in a personal way. And of course, we're always thinking about it in a personal way. That never changes. And then maybe you're like a little bit farther ahead, so you're like moving into the professional area where you're starting to apply for shows and grants. And, you need that artist statement when you do these things because they're more technical. But this isn't necessarily a technical class because I'm not a very technical person. And it's really just about, just like when we experiment in mark making and opening, it's really just about getting you to like write those things down. Find your words. What are your words? Not my words or their words or his words or her words. Yours. That's important, because when we're on that mission to find the voice and the style within our artwork, well, if we look at our words and we look at our inspirations, and kind of go inside, like open that doorway to the heart and open the mind, we'll find, the answers. And this is just a class that's designed to help you open that little door, and it's just like a little, like, jumping off point. Of course, there's always more, right? Well, my gentle nature and soulful approach allows you to have fun with it, and it doesn't have to be so serious. We can make it fun, and by finding the inspirations and mining for words, like what are those words? What's standing out today? And that could change in the future, but right now, in this moment, what's standing out? What are your favorite artists, you know? Even thinking about that. And why, and like what do you really love, and what do you really want to say, not just in art but in like life, and how do you really want to show up to the work and to the next step that's waiting for you. So if you made it this far and you're interested in what I have to say and maybe diving a little deeper, maybe you feel afraid of words or intimidated, or maybe you have the words but you never let them out, just like your art. When we're beginning to write about it and reflect, sometimes it can be like this, right? Like it's too much to say, because you need that safe experience and that opening of those little doors in a small way, in a fun way, in a gentle way. So I'm your guide for that. And if you're interested in purchasing the class Visual Mining, the link is in the comments below, and I would love for you to join me. It's just a self-paced video course that you can go back to time and time again, because you know the ideas remain, but like the inspiration, the words could always be changing, and maybe you're even deepening over time, so it's always available to you at like any kind of level. And I hope you will join me, and I look forward to seeing you in the class.